Alabama now has immigration laws in place that are stricter than any other state in the U.S., including Arizona's immigration laws. Basically, what authorities in the state can do now is that they can approach people who are suspicious of being undocumented immigrants, and they can ask for papers. Also, public schools can ask students who are trying to enter those schools for official papers. Okay, so the Associated Press reported on this, and I want to give you a more comprehensive list of what the law would do. So as I mentioned, it would make it a crime for an undocumented immigrant to solicit work. It would also make it a crime to transport or harbor an undocumented immigrant. It would also allow discrimination lawsuits against companies that dismiss legal workers while hiring undocumented immigrants. It would forbid businesses from taking tax deductions for wages paid to workers who are in the country illegally. It would bar undocumented immigrants from attending public colleges. It would bar drivers from stopping along the road to hire temporary workers, and it would make federal verification the only way in court to determine if someone is here legally.
Look, there's 112 problems with that, but I was amused by the idea of not stopping while hiring workers. It's okay if you don't stop on the highway. Hey, you're hired! And they just keep driving, meet him down the street or something. You know what one of the biggest problems with this law is? I mean, it's all so serious and so goofy at the same time. One of the problems is the one where you can't transport any undocumented people.
How do you know? And
that's the problem.
It creates like this hostile environment where you're constantly suspicious of anyone who doesn't have light skin.
Yeah, look, people have said this many times in the past. It's like East Germany, where they say, papers! And, they ask for papers over and over. In a freedom-loving country, this is the exact opposite of what we're supposed to do. But one of the people who are most against this law, or organizations, is the people who organize cabs. The cabbies are like, I'm not going to ask for people's papers every time they get in my cab. Right. If it turns out they're undocumented, then I'm in a world of trouble. And then it turns out the bus drivers, the transit, all those guys, all of a sudden they might be in a lot of legal trouble. They're like, this is crazy. This law, they didn't think it through. They've got 100 different problems with it. And look, if you want to stop the illegal immigration, one of the things that you can do is just focus on who's hiring them. Now, I know part of the law tries to address that, right? And by the way, other states have tried to address that, and when they do, it actually works, and then they panic because then they don't have any more workers and the business start going under.
Let me just add something to that. In this Associated Press article, a couple farmers were interviewed about this, and the farmers are freaking out. They're like, what are we gonna do? We have people who are harvesting for us, people who are, taking care of our crops. What are we gonna do? All of these people are gonna get deported, right?
Right.
And it's seriously, what are they gonna do? You think Americans are gonna take those jobs? Maybe they will, I don't know.
No, they will. So that's why I have mixed feelings about it. First of all, I would dump all the things that did not have to do with employers, because you're attacking not the core of the problem, but you wind up punishing people and creating this state that you don't need to create, et cetera, right? But when you get to the employers, I mean, if you say, hey, you really crack down on them and make them hire actual citizens, well, here's what's gonna happen. Prices are gonna go up, okay? I mean, they're gonna have to pay higher wages, which is a good thing. But then, the price for tomatoes, et cetera, are gonna go up. And are Americans willing to tolerate that? Maybe they are. But let's all make an informed decision about that, right? And by the way, they will panic and they will retreat from this. The reason is because if you don't do it countrywide and you do it state by state, we've seen other examples where they did this, all of a sudden, Alabama tomatoes are so expensive compared to tomatoes from Kentucky or wherever else they come from. So then they go, oh my God, we're all out of business. And they say, forget it. And they get rid of it and they bring back the old laws because they all use undocumented immigrants.
Hopping around the stage like they've done a lot of meth. And it's amazing. They're just boing everywhere.
If you love Glee, go see it.
Yeah.
If you don't, oy vey, something else, anything else.
Yeah, stay far away.